Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to this space, Fractal Analytica. Take a moment, get comfortable, and let's explore an idea that I think doesn't get to the attention it deserves. Today, I want to talk about something you've probably heard before. Maybe during a course, maybe in a video, or even from another trader along your journey. It is a phrase that sounds simple, but once you think about it, it opens up a lot of questions. The market repeats itself. When I first started trading, I was like many of you. I watched countless YouTube videos, I signed up for free lessons, and I even invested in several trainings, each one focusing on different styles like scalping or swing trading. And every time, no matter who I listened to, I would hear this one phrase: the market repeats itself. As simple as it is. Now, that sounds good, doesn't it? It's short, easy to remember, but what does it really mean? Does it mean the price repeats? That certain actions or structure repeats? That the human behavior repeats? What does it mean exactly? Nobody ever really explained it in detail. They just mention it and move on. It always stays on the surface. But if it's true, if the market really does repeat, then maybe it is worth exploring a bit deeper. Because if repetition exists, maybe we can learn from it. Maybe we can use it to better understand the next move, not with certainty, but with more confidence. Now here is something we all know. Trading isn't easy. Most traders find it difficult to stay consistent, especially in the beginning. And that is normal, because trading involves emotion, discipline, and a lot of decision-making and pressure. But here is a thought. If the market repeats itself, then perhaps the challenge is not about inventing something completely new. Maybe the challenge is in learning how to recognize what is already there. From my own experience, when I started out, I was obsessed with strategy, moving averages, RSI, Fibonacci, breakout patterns, you name it. I tried everything. And after a while, I noticed something. The same types of price movements kept appearing, not at the same levels or at the same times, but with a similar shape, in a similar structure. It felt like déjà vu, like the market was leaving clues, repeating rhythms in different forms. And that made me ask myself, what is exactly repeating? How can I define it clearly instead of just guessing? How can I take advantage of this? And most importantly, how can I use that repetition in my decision-making? The big question is why it repeats. And simply the answer that I realized is that's because of the human behavior. Markets are made up of people, and people react to patterns. Fear, greed, hesitation, excitement. These emotions are timeless, and they often create similar outcomes on the chart. That's why we see familiar patterns today that we would have seen years ago. Because psychology doesn't really change, and it will never change. So, here is the question I want to think about. If you could learn to recognize this repeating structure, wouldn't that give you more clarity? Not a guarantee, of course, nothing is training 100%, or almost, but a clearer view of the probabilities. Imagine watching a chart and recognizing a familiar setup that you've seen many times before. You know, based on history, that this setup often leads to a certain outcomes. Suddenly, your trading decisions aren't just guesses. They are informed by patterns that keep showing up. Finally, that is what I wanted to share with you on this video. Not a magic solution, not a shortcut, but a way of looking to the market differently. We will explore together throughout the upcoming video what really repeats, why it repeats, and how you can begin to train your eyes to see it. And from that point, you may never look at the market the same way again. Thanks for watching. I hope I got your attention with this video. In the part 2, we will jump on the charts and put the concept into action, showing you exactly how the market repeats itself. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. See you there!